when it bow, huh? Tell you when it swerve. When it high. Tell them I don't play the bird. When it bow, when it bow.
Okay, we gotta get this.
Okay.
Oh, it's your channel. Okay.
It is my channel, yeah. I said welcome to Jake Talk. I said welcome to, yeah. Said welcome to Jake Talk. I said welcome to. I said welcome you, yeah.
Oh God.
Jake Talks. When I say, when you do, and the Lord.
I can't. You have to introduce.
Hey, this is Jake, and you're with Jake Talks. This is Jelly by Jelly Productions. She's usually behind the camera, but she's going to be the one holding down the interview today. Today we're going to be talking about financial freedom.
Yes.
And how to get you on that road. If you're somebody out there looking to learn how to make money, you're somebody out there looking to learn how to get out of debt, but you don't know where to start, this is definitely the channel for you.
So I have two questions for Jake today. The first question is, what is the difference between being rich and financially?
Thank you, Connie. Hey, Connie, come back, Connie. Come back, Connie.
Connie Poo.
This is my chief of staff. Look at it. Just hit the good side. Kind of show them the good side. Hi. We have too much fun here at my office, but go ahead.
Okay, the first question is, what's the difference between being rich and financially free?
Dang, that's a pretty good question. I think it's very simple. There's a lot of people who are rich. They have the money, and they have liquidity. So they got money, they got income that's coming in all the time.
Yes.
However, their expenses in their livelihood is just as high as the money that they make. So they're rich by definition. They can buy expensive things. However, a lot of my clients are rich by definition. But if you look at their lifestyle, they're struggling just as much as anyone else. Rather, you can have someone who's financially free, who makes $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, who's debt free, who lives like a minimalist. They live on what they can afford, and they only buy what they can afford. They not only invest, but they find good places where to put their money that's gaining interest, but they're not depending on someone else in order to grow their income, and they're not under the thumb of collectors that are calling like, hello? You know when you got a call and you act like it ain't you? It's like ring, ring. Hello? Hello? Hey, yeah, he's not in. Can you help me out? Yeah, yeah, that's you. When you act like you ain't the one that the collectors are calling for. So that's the difference between being rich and financially free. But you can, and the difference between being financially free and wealthy is that anybody can be financially free. Wealthy does require some assets, does require income that's higher than the average ordinary American,
Yes.
but it also does require you to be financially free. Those are two things that it's like a phase. Rich, financial freedom, wealthy, in that order.
That's good. That's really good. Y'all gotta write this down, man.
Better
You're
write
giving
it.
some good stuff out there.
Nuggets.
So the second question is, how do you gain financial freedom?
How do you gain financial freedom? In all actuality, I typically like to talk about 4 steps of gaining financial freedom.
Okay.
And these are steps that if you study any wealthy person and you look at their steps and what they've done in order to become successful, and even biblically, you look at people like Paul talks about in the Bible, and also in Proverbs, and also King Solomon. If you look at some of those characters that are in the Bible, biblical characters in the Bible, you can even see that the similarities of people that are ultra rich and are financially free kind of have the same things. So there's 4 steps I think that everyone needs in order to become financially free or get on that road. And it's not in a specific order, although some weigh more than others. But if you just use these 4 steps and you concentrate on these 4, I promise you'll be on your road to being financially free and becoming wealthy. So number 1, Debt elimination. You got to eliminate your debt, Jelly.
Yeah. I'm guilty.
You got to eliminate your debt. And the reason why you want to lower your bad debt, you want to lower your bad debt so that you can increase your profitability. In the Bible, it talks about how anyone who is a debtor or anyone who is borrowing is a slave to the person who's lending. So if you look at that and you look at your card note, you look at your home, you don't technically own your home until you outright own your home. You don't technically own your car until you outright own your car. You don't technically own your land until you outright own your land. There are things that you don't technically have possession of until you fully pay someone off. True. So you got to understand that even with your education, you may get a loan and you think that you own the loan or own your education, but you don't pay Sally Mae back some time, all of a sudden she's going to be pulling out your work check. And so that's something you want to make sure that you're paying attention to. When you lower your debt and you increase your profitability, what I mean by that is if you're at home, right, Jelly, and you're working, say a job.
Okay.
Right. A lot of people look at jobs as just jobs, but if you got to start looking at jobs like a business, right? And if you were to own a business, right, would you spend $5,000 on a car if you owned a business?
No.
Why?
Because I have money. Well, yeah, because I have more money, so I wouldn't spend it on a car.
No, you wouldn't spend it on a car.
No,
it doesn't make sense.
I wouldn't spend it on
Would
a
you
car.
would you spend 60 to 70% of your money in a home or in an office for an office space?
For if I had a business?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Why? Why do you say yes?
Oh, I feel like it's more valuable than the car.
Okay. The answer is no. Right? You wouldn't spend the majority of your money in an office space where people are just around. You wouldn't spend 70% of the money that you're bringing in.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Into an office space, right? You wouldn't if you owned a business, you wouldn't buy a bunch of debt that's taking money away from your business.
That's true.
You would want to buy things and assets that increase profitability in your business. Yeah. So that's the same thing with your home. If you think about buying down your debt, getting your debt as low as you can, you increase your profitability. That's liquid money that you can use to grow. So if you have free money, think about if you made $5,000 a month, but you had no debt.
Oh, that'd be the life.
That'd be the life. And then you can use that money. You probably use $1,000 to eat, another $1,000 for clothes, and you still have $3,000 to invest somewhere so that you can continuously grow your money. That's what you got to start thinking about. Buying down debts. Stay away from the debt that takes money away from you and start looking for things that adds more money to your value.
Yes.
The second thing is asset protection. I think a lot of people don't understand the importance of life insurance, right? Life insurance is a vehicle and is a product that you can guarantee and lock in wealth to be passed down to your kids and your kids' kids. I hear a lot of people talk about when they're building a business or even people that are building a profession is that they're building for their family name or they're doing it for their kids. They want to show their kids that it's possible.
Yeah.
But there's no way that you can just show your kids that it's possible without giving them a leg up. Because something that we all got to understand is none of us get out of here alive. So if you know that you don't get out of here alive, the very best thing that you can do is double down on your worth. Find out what you believe, what your asset is worth, your income making ability, and then buy life insurance that shows that value. So if you were to pass away, guess what? Your family's starting further away from zero, and they have a better chance of really being successful. So lock down those assets, the homes, the properties, your business, anything that you think that if you were to pass away, your family would lose. Life insurance is the best counterbalance to that. I call that playing defense on your income portfolio.
I like that.
Number 3, invest in personal growth. When you increase your value, you'll increase your income. The lower your value, the lower your income. So if you're out there and you're looking at your money, you're like, man, how come I can't get a job that's worth $30,000, $40,000, $50,000? Why can't I get a job that's paying me $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year? You got to think about your value. When you increase your value, people have to pay you for your value. They got to pay you for your value. If you are sucky or if you're a beginner, you can't believe or think that someone's going to pay you as if you're a veteran. That's why when you hear veterans, when you get into an industry or at an office space, they always tell you that you got to put in your time. Putting in your time means you got to increase your value. So how do you increase your value? You go double down or invest in your growth, personal growth for your specific industry or for your specific craft, so that you can increase your income. When you increase your income, you can double down on your debt. When you double down on your debt, you're lowering your debt, you're increasing your income profitability. And guess what? This whole gap in the middle, this margin, you can use to grow your wealth, which leads me to step 4. You have to learn how to grow your own money. Learn how to grow your own money. Stop. Hey, stop. Stop giving your money to these frauds. Stop giving your money to these investment brokers. Stop giving your money to these financial people that are claiming that they're financial advisors and they're not living or walking the walk. Listen, 85% of the financial advisors that are giving this financial advice are financially struggling. Think about that. 85% of them are struggling.
85, you hear that?
85, right? The median financial advisor makes anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 a year. So if they're making $30,000 to $40,000 a year and then they're financially struggling, how are they gonna help you? Learn how to be a great steward over your own money. When you learn how to become a great steward over your own money, you will not be used, you will not be abused, and you will be more insightful with where and when you can put your resources in different places. So understand that diversifying does not mean just throwing your money to somebody that has financial jargon that they learn on a test. Okay, learn learn an industry, learn Forex, learn if you're going to invest in the stock, don't give your money to a mutual fund guy. Mm-hmm. Learn it yourself. And then when you learn it yourself, you can be able to determine where you're going to put your money. I promise you, when you learn it, you understand it more. When you understand it more, you do better. There's a lot of people and a lot of families that put their money into these people's hands. They don't care about your money. They're making money whether you make money or not. Understand that. Learn what to do with your money and then do it yourself. Yes, it takes time, but it's more beneficial in the long run. So my 4 steps again to gaining financial freedom, and it's in no specific order: eliminate your debt, asset protection, invest in personal growth, and learn how to grow your own money. Guys, that's the 4. Oh, what's that song? Chilling with my foe. Chilling with my woes. Oh, yeah. I was running through the 6 with my woes. Woo! You know how that shit go. Oh. Hey.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time.